Hey, I was just sitting here listening to the Backstreet Boys. You want to listen to those guys because the Backstreets are coming back, control is coming back, and people are going to have to go to the back streets, and you're going to have the Backstreet Boys, and that's what you need to listen to when this starts up, okay? Um, but I was sitting here and I was okay, I'll tell you this first, and then I'll tell you what I wanted to say about Scott Wolf and controlling my videos uh, and being able to say my freedom of speech, what I wanted to say, and how he was controlling my videos. But let me tell you this first. I just pulled into the Pilot truck stop in Valdosta, Georgia. I'm on my way to Atlanta, and in Atlanta is Fort Benning, Georgia. Okay, I just got a flat tire, and I got it Little General Auto Insurance. Something happened there. I called Little General Auto Insurance because I got a flat tire, and I couldn't get through. When I started to call the number, there was a voice in the up, and it said, "There's nobody here." What did they say? They said, "There's nobody here." I want to think Chapter 18, U.S. Code 1512, do not cite non-pros, whatever the hell that shit is. But, see, okay, so I called Little General Auto Insurance, and there was a voice in it said, "There's nobody here. I left yesterday." There was like a parentheses thing, and it said, "You have to pay up." And I hung up the phone, and I got someone else to do the work for me. And I got a tire. I got my little tire on there, and so I'm headed to Fort Benning in the hopes of getting something done with my construction truck. Okay, there's a video on my YouTube website, my YouTube channel, about that shows my truck, and it's a picture of my truck. It's a former Canadian road crew truck, and it's a significant thing to understand. Okay, so I told you about Little General Insurance. That's supposed to be a court case, and it's for the traveling officers program when we're trying to understand the new economy. And there's a video on my YouTube channel that explains the cryptocurrency video, is what it's called, and it explains how to fund everything with this traveling officer program before the court. And there's all kinds of little problems here when we're trying to talk about a budget and budgetary confines and the establishment of the traveling officer program when the Supreme Court was attacked about 5 months ago, and it was attacked by whatever that New York Congress, New Jersey government, and Pennsylvania colonialism is. Okay, so I pulled into the Pilot truck stop, and I said, when I pulled in here, I said, everybody needs to pilot something sometime. And so this is the pilot truck stop. And when I pulled into a parking space, and there was a guy next to me with his car that was, there's something wrong with his car, because he's all these doors were open, the trunk's open, and there's something wrong with his car. And I said, it looks like you need some help. And I said that in my head, and and he says, yeah, give me $40. And I says, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have any money, but you can download the DoorDash app and go out and get $40 real quick, like maybe an hour or 2 hours. And I thought to myself, oh my God, what did I just fucking say? So I said, well, I could go out and DoorDash for him because I'm already DoorDashing. And so if you are driving out on the road and you see somebody like that, you can help out if you want to. And you can go out and DoorDash. You're at a truck stop, you're right on the interstate, and there's all those restaurants and all those things right there at the exits, and you can help out somebody by DoorDashing if you like, or depending on your schedule, whatever. Help me think of a good excuse. But okay, so somebody else pulled up, sorry. Okay, so what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, it was Scott Wolf and controlling the videos. What did I want to say about that? I just wiped off my see this right here, it's a napkin. When I turned on the camera was all blurry, and somebody was talking to me about how he lived in England, and how he had so many problems over there, and how somebody shoved a broomstick up his rear end over there, or somewhere, I don't know where it was, but they shoved a broomstick up his rear end. And he said, well, when I fixed it the last time, he said, I just made that up in the up so that blah blah blah, or blah blah blah. But see, he used to live in England when the Queen was alive, and I made sure that he went over there so that the Queen could always have some way to get in touch with me if she needed to. Or I don't know, you'd have to really look at that to see what could happen with something like that. But Hal was saying something about the camera being blurry, and Scott Wolf controlling my videos. So see, you have to really take care of your mind there and make sure that you have all the safety equipment in place, and you're on the road there. And I was back a couple of exits ago, and I went the wrong way on the interstate, and so I went halfway up the ramp, and I says, the GPS was on, and says you're heading south on I-75, and I said, God damn it, I went the wrong way. So I pulled over. My tire had just gotten flat, and I had it fixed, but I was backing down the side of the ramp. There's a shoulder there, but it goes in and it goes out, and it's wider, and there's a hill next to the exit shoulder. And so I was pulling myself onto the ramp. It's not an exit ramp, it's an on ramp, and I was backing down the on ramp, and I said, doggone it, I'm gonna run over one of those pieces of tires that have the iron sticking out of them, and I'm going to get another flat tire. And I had just, I had just gotten cleaned out there in Seminole County with the police department down there. And well, there's Scott Wolf for you. But he's already been there. He's already through there. He's made public statements about how he's going to, he's premeditating the murder of my dad and my sister and my brother. And he's made public statements. The police have heard them. And I don't know where the affidavits are because they don't ever have any public records of this stuff. It's all some kind of secret code where these people suddenly, where the hell do they go? What do they become? And so I'm saying, well, where's your written record? And I need some traveling officers to report this with their own affidavits in a court of law. And so I'm getting all this stuff done here for you, and I'm putting this all together so that you can participate. You can participate if you want to. You don't have to participate, but you can if you want to. And I'm talking about my boats there in Wisconsin and Maryland that I've been. I don't even know who do I write to get my boats fixed. Where do I go to get my car fixed? I don't need any money. I just need what I need to get by and do what I have to do. And it would be nice to have a phone app with some free coffee on it every once in a while. Or maybe I can stop at an appropriate government place where I can get a meal, a bath, an appropriate government place, which would be, I just happened to be in the Florida Guard, and I was talking with the governor about that, and he really, he's in trouble, you know. The governor's in trouble, since the governor of Florida is in trouble since the election with Joe Biden, and it looks like Donald Trump, but we know Donald Trump's been in trouble, and he's getting all fixed now, and it looks great. And he's right here with Roy Davis. It's Roy Davis, Roy Davis, Roy Davis. My cousin is praising the Roy Davis that he likes to criticize. And Pennsylvania knows the whole game since '72 because they've got that guy sitting in the jail there on death row for the Tree of Life shootings, and they won't release him as I've already ordered it, but they have my cousin there, a prisoner of their state, in his natural state of running me through the mud and in the dirt and anywhere he can get me while he threatens my dad's family unit members. And this is exit 427. So, but okay, so now let's go somewhere else. Let's say, what the heck was I talking about? Because I don't have a speech pattern that someone wants to control. It's plumbing. It's two pipes, and when you heat up, somebody was doing it. They said just heat up the old pipe and put a new pipe inside it, and when it makes a nice little fitting that's fitting for the PVC pipe. But that's the snake eats snake science, and it's plumbing. And we had Joe the plumber in Ohio. But see, where the snake really is when that pipe gets clogged, you stick a long piece of metal down that pipe, and that's the snake. That's the pipe snake. And the pipe is just a pipe, and the hollow alligator is the one who is eating all the people in the Florida lakes, so, and the rivers, and I don't know how this goes together. all right? But see, this, what do I want to talk about here? I want to talk about the snake science and someone shoving my brother's broomstick up his butt. And something falling out, just pump it till it falls out, right? And I did not mention old folks' homes and their protection under the freedom of what the hell is your religion Act, First Amendment cut. That's what that was. Okay, so that's from a long time ago, and it was a very small group of people that understood that, and now we have this YouTube where we have to watch the Backstreet Boys because we understand what we're talking about, and somebody that isn't involved in those two wars over there that qualify the SALT treaties to be activated. What the heck do I want to say now? What the heck do I want to say? What was I talking about just now? I'm trying to put all this stuff together for you. It's all ready. It's ready to go in, and everything is there. I just have to put it all together and present it correctly. Oh yeah, the First Amendment rights. The First Amendment rights. Celebrities in old folks' homes have what the hell is your religion rights, as it's a matter of who selected these celebrities in Pittsburgh, or at the bottom of Pittsburgh, the bottom of the pit, or whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know body transfers. What body transfers are, but I do know that Riddick film, Necromongers. Watch that film and try to understand what I'm saying. I can't say it again, but it's on a video. You can understand what I'm saying if you look it up and watch the Backstreet Boys. And of course, what the hell is your religion? That's religion is philosophy. It's the philosophy, whatever a philosophy is. It's a religion that was ancient Greece, Plato's college. Religion is a philosophy. Philosophy is a religion, and it doesn't matter if it's true or it's not true. It doesn't matter. It's a philosophy. So it's a religion, and you have to argue that in court. You have to be paid for your reports. You have to be able to make money off of those reports. Those reports have to be copyrighted by you before they are submitted. They have to at least have some kind of copyright applied for information on them before you file them. You can file them like that. I'm absolutely sure about it. If not, if there's ever any kind of problems whatsoever, you can take that, be paid for your writing a report. You can be paid to submit it to a court, and you can go take any issue you want in front of a court. And I was talking about participation, and I'm sitting here, I want out of this country, and I'm telling people, I'm saying the best place for you to live is on the inner coastal waterway. You can go anywhere on the intercoastal waterway. I told people, I said, I sent it to the United Nations. I sent it to foreign countries. I said, we need international, intercoastal waterways. And when I sent it, I told them, I said, yeah, this is a great idea for not only intercoastal waterways, but for global warming over however long it's going to take, despite the Atlantic current, the collapse of the, if you watch that movie 20 fucking motherfucking years ago, you fucking goddamn ass, what the hell's the name of the movie? Oh, well, we'll just fucking black that out too. It was a Dennis, no, it's The Day After Tomorrow film. The current breaks down and there's an ice age. But with global warming, there's another problem of the jet stream. And I don't know how it goes together again, because someone, and Senator Fetterman told us about this, he said it'll last till June after the election, but they're trying to restructure their government as the new congressmen have taken office, and we have this great confusion problem after the COVID quarantine. The second moratorium to fix the period before the first moratorium and second moratorium in the next period after the second moratorium, which is the COVID quarantine moratorium. Okay, so that means that we have to go through all that crap that was back there in the first moratorium period. And what I'm telling you to do is put walls around the city and make banishment the only punishment for crimes, and also the what the hell is that thing? International intercoastal waterways, with the Japanese tsunami wall all over the globe as a preventative measure for global warming, accompanied by a 30-foot below the water platform for coral and a coral fish, what the heck is that, reef, artificial reef. That's what it is. It goes on the outside of the international, what the heck is that? International intercoastal waterway. And you can use that with gabions, and all you need there, we told these people, I don't know which fucking email it was, but with the continuous miner and everything having to be, all of humanity has to go underground, because the planet is lit up like a Christmas tree. When you dig underground for these cities to go underground, you have all of this gravel or whatever that stuff is that comes out of the continuous miner to build these structures on the outside of for the intercoastal waterway as gabions. And so if you don't do that, you can use those, take mountains apart with those continuous miners and possibly put apartments in those mountains. And there's also the underground highways that we're talking about, those in Colombia, and what's the other place? India, where they build those roads right along the side of mountains, and they go along the sides of mountains for hundreds of miles, and they always have landslides that kill people and block the roads and knock their cars thousands of feet down into a valley. If you were to put the highways in the mountains with the proper support, engineered support, you won't have to worry about that anymore. And of course, up northern hemisphere, or extreme southern hemisphere, there isn't much space there for cars. But in the northern hemisphere, it's if you go underground with the roads, you've taken care of the roadkill problem, which is extinction of animals and animal cruelty and all that stuff, plus road hazards in the wintertime. You can heat the roads with that thing that I invented. Was the they're in a basement. It's in the basements of buildings. It's in-floor heating. You can put that in the roads and in those tunnels, and you have safety highway. You've improved the safety incredibly, and also you have all the space you need to alleviate traffic congestion by going either under or over, your levels in your underground roading for your car. And you can just actually engineer that on a computer, and even send those things out to work off of computer. They're robotic road building machinery, and you can do it all in a trailer, construction trailer. Okay, so this is the pilot truck stop on exit. It's just right inside Georgia. I'm in Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia. Whatever exit I said this was, it's supposed to. No, it's not the Walmart. No, it's not. It's not the Walmart. It's not the Walmart exit. This is a different numbered exit. It's Madison and what's the other? Jasper. It's the road to Madison and Jasper. One way's to Madison, one way is to Jasper. And I had something I was saying. I was talking about Jasper in an email a couple days ago. Jasper, it's a gem. Jasper is a gem. And Madison is from the Splash movie. And we were talking about Prince Charles and his dropping out of school in the 7th grade. And Madison Jasper, whatever that is. Madison Jasper, he's a gem, isn't he? Oh, yeah, that's the gold guy. The gold. Okay. So, but, that guy's really gonna get upset. I'm telling you. But, okay, so, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Prince Charles dropping out of school in the 7th grade, and my cousin Scott, being the Scottish wolf, and the education in the burg of Pittsburgh They always call it the Berg, but it's really a bottomless pit of bullshit that we never heard of before. That's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Billie Jean. Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not my love. And you got to figure all this shit out with all this confusion going on after the COVID quarantine. And it's not the Congress, right? Because the Congress has a new suit. The Congress has a new suit. We were talking about that. The new suit of Congress. Oh, yeah. The congressman has a new suit, and he's picking. The new congressman is searching for cigarettes in my ashtray. He searched. The congressman with the new suit is robbing my ashtray outside for cigarette butts, and nobody understands what that means, because the new reporter is right next to him. The new reporter with the new suit is right next to him. And I don't know if we're going to fight over who gets the cigarette butts, but buddy, that better not be my gas station. Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about? Same guy's got the same problems, and someone has which broom up his butt. Which broom is up his butt? That's I don't know. Let's talk to the House of Lords in Fairway. What is Fairfax? Fairfax. Lord of Fairfax, Lord of Fairway, whatever that is, wherever how it was. He's got a witch broom up his butt. What are you talking about? I don't know. I can't talk to Hal. Okay, so the governor's in trouble. I'm in Georgia. I'm going to Fort Benning. I don't know what I'm going there for. So if I go in there and get in Fort Benning, I might show up at CNN headquarters. I've got a video on there from CNN headquarters, but I've got some places I've got to go before I go back to Oviedo, and it's gonna take like a week or two, and I'll see what's gonna happen here, because I gotta straighten that thing out in Oviedo, and with the governor. And okay, so I think what is it, 33 minutes? I've been sitting here talking for 33 minutes. And you know, I was looking at that again. I said, time flies like crazy now. I'm feeling good about myself. I want to go back to where it was. My cousin is controlling the environment. Scott Wolf, he's controlling my environment. And all Scott Wolf has ever done all his life was sit in his house there and control and live in his fantasy world, which was the up. And that's all he ever does, is live in the up. The guy is always in the up. Always. He doesn't leave the up. And he sits in that house in Jeanette, Pennsylvania, and doesn't go anywhere. But he's the biggest bully they've got up there. And that court case is national security matter, which I can't elaborate on. But he's the biggest bully they've got up there. So that place never goes anywhere up there because the government won't do its job. And they've got somebody to blame now. They've got my cousin to blame. And I already knew it. So I'm not my cousins. And then if you really take a good look at the video you're watching right now, you can see who is what. But I'm having some problems with my sight, see? I'm going to lose my eyesight, I think. I think my eyesight is going away. And so, I'm not sure. Okay, so now it's 35 minutes I've been talking, and time flies, and I was thinking about that, and I was saying, I was looking at these movies that we made, and man, we have a slew of frickin' movies that tell you everything we need, and we've got songs and music, and it's all art, okay? It's art. It belongs in a museum. It needs to be protected. It's beautiful art. It's not something for Hitler to use in a propaganda campaign. It's not something to use in a propaganda campaign. Like a name. You're not allowed to use a name in a campaign. Propaganda campaign. Propaganda. But if you look around, you'll see that people have the proper names, and they aren't a bunch of robots that have to put up with somebody fucking the goddamn iRobot film. That was the Men in Black film with the worms, and Terminator film without a person running the Terminator. Maybe it was, but it's gone haywire, and now it's the robots have control of it. All of a sudden, we don't have a movie because we don't pay attention to the beginning of how these things came about. We're just concerned about putting things back together because we need an order that we never wanted to begin with, because the celebrities are only prisoners of hope for the propaganda campaign of the government. And we cannot explain why we have Trump in the White House. It's always got to be a Biden fucking with us. A Joe Biden. The Joe Biden is fucking us. And we had too many clones. We had too many, oh, they're not robots. And where is the flying space sphere that can go back in time and pick people up and do whatever it wants to replace them with clones or robots? And it is not national security. It is not state security. Well, I don't know what to say about that. But the governor's in trouble. The governor of Florida. Why are you messing with the governor of Florida? I've got to think about what it is I'm going to say, and if I don't think about it, I'm going to say something wrong here. I need Scott Wolf to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. Yeah, I got to make sure that the police department make sure I don't make any mistakes, officer. You a high school graduate? Oh, okay, well, all right. And the National Guard. The National Guard, I wanted to say, is one of the best opportunities for states to protect themselves in certain matters. What did I want to say about them? Do you want to make sure I don't say anything wrong? Right, wrong, good, bad. What am I going to say? Credentials? You want some credentials? Rusty Johnson and the Speaker of the House. Let's pick a state. He'll mow the grass, and I'll put it in a sting video. You want to sting the video? Because we're all friends again. We're all friends, and anything opposed to that, it would, of course, would be ludicrous. That would be ludicrous. And I'm really being a smartass now, aren't I? Smartass can get away with anything, but 12 more views on his YouTube channel. That's what he can't get away with. Because he's got a cousin that's running his mouth through the dirt, the mud. He's making his image look bad. He's got the whole world controlled to show how terrible Roy Davis is, and nobody knows what the hell he's talking about, and doesn't even know that he's there because he's hiding in the shadows. And what's the rest of the problem? The rest of the problem is that nobody knows Roy Davis except the politicians and the people getting murdered. The celebrities. And who else? LA, anybody from Los Angeles, they are not allowed to be in United States politics. Now, what the heck have I got there? A Christian Science of mathematical values equation to solve? Do you want to figure it out? Do you want to figure out that is always United States politics, and Joe Biden, we can spell his name? What is he? When we spell his name, what is it? I don't know. Why don't you figure it out? Because I don't need to tell you what kind of world we're living in. There is no heaven. There is no hell. It's a world of antichrists. Or a world of what else? What else? What are the other possibilities? So you can figure it out. And here's your pilot truck stop. What the hell is that? A pilot truck stop. Oh yeah, my flat tire, and I'm going to Fort Benning to see if I can't get a new truck, another truck. A real good Humvee. Real good. Yeah, Humvee. No, I don't know what this truck's for. I don't know what that truck's for. I don't know what Taylor Swift is for, but I'm going to be a better professional. In London. As a 7th grade dropout who wants revenge. That's the key. As a 7th grade dropout who wants revenge. Because nobody has to finish high school. And what are you saying about me, Scott Wolf? Because I've got a terrible temper for you. Traveling Officer Program. Please participate. Please do this in the state governments. And, boy, that one sounds really fucking good right there. Yeah.